And we're coming back to you live from our homes. I'm Sean.
And I'm Zach.
Was I right? Were we recording?
Yeah, you're good, man. We've actually been recording for like 3 minutes now.
Oh yikes! That's a long ending. All right, let me put my guitar back on the stand here because I'm sick of holding it. There we go.
So are you trying to tell me that you were holding your guitar while watching your
Yeah.
phone ring while recording Spicy Nuggs?
Dude, I'm just talented that way. What can I say?
I'm impressed. That's 3 things at once, Sean.
Yeah, holding something.
I mean, I'm not holding anything right now, so
Hey, neither am I now. You know.
you know what? I
giant
just picked up my
knife.
phone,
Oh.
so suck it.
Hey, congratulations. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
You're putting forth the effort, and it's showing forth in dividends.
I put so much effort into that. You were so right. You know,
Yeah.
I deserve some me time now. Like, I deserve a break after that.
I think today, because I did that much, is a me day. I just need a mental health check right now.
I mean, I just worked so hard this morning. It's crazy, dude. Like,
Hey man,
you get that,
speaking
right?
of mental health check, how goes the finals?
Dude. Stress. um 2 of my classes, like, no matter what happens in the final, I'm gonna pass. I'm not too worried about those. But the other 2 classes, I gotta do pretty
You're
good
on
on
the
these.
edge.
Or yeah, I'm on the edge. And it's, I'm on the edge. I'm going. That's basically what is going on in my mind just this entire weekend so far. And you know, yesterday I was like, I'm taking just a day off. I'm gonna have a break, and then tomorrow I'm gonna get tons of stuff done. And it's 12:30, and I haven't done
yeah.
a single thing yet.
I've heard that one before from myself.
But the problem is,
Yes.
nothing's due today, so it's like, I could just wait till tomorrow.
Hey man. Hey, you know what? It's fine. You're fine.
Sure, I have a feeling our class together next semester is gonna be a little rough. It's gonna be like, oh no, man, we got like 30 minutes until class. Don't even worry about reading the textbook yet. You're fine.
Dude, I haven't read a textbook in years.
That's right. We went over this.
Yes, we did.
Oh my goodness.
I'll tell you what, man. I told you last week, I think, I don't actually have any exams, right?
Yeah, you have to have
But
papers, right?
Yeah, I wrote 3 papers in the past 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But I made sure. Oh man, it was such a bummer, because so I had 3 papers on my radar that I knew I needed to do, right?
Right.
Um, and then, you know how Canvas shows like upcoming stuff, right? Assignments.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Oh no.
my my internship required me to write a reflection essay that was nowhere in the assignments, nowhere in the modules. Like it just showed up out of nowhere.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, well, that's another paper to add on. Luckily, it's just a reflection, so I was able to knock it out pretty quick. But
Yeah.
man, that made my paper count from 3 to 4 or 4 to 5. I don't remember anymore. Anyways, yeah, I wrote a lot of papers. I made sure to start with the worst one and end with the nicest one. So at least
That's
I
smart.
ended on a
That's
nice one.
real smart.
But-
Get the worst one out of the way.
Yeah, the only thing I have left is my my research project, and I'm just waiting on my group to do anything.
I hate that so much. Because every group project ever, and it's so stressful. It's like, are you gonna do anything? Do I do the whole assignment?
I know.
Twiddling your thumbs for like
I,
3 days?
I analyzed the data, I did the calcs through Excel, and then I was like, okay, I just need someone to double check this. I've already written up, I did the write up on it, Like, we're so close, guys. Like, I just need anyone to do a double check on it. And just radio silence.
Oh my
I'm like,
god.
okay, great, cool. That's fine too.
Dude, I
But,
love that.
anyways.
I had a mine's not as bad as that, I don't think, but like I had my Japanese presentation this Monday. Yeah. And Sunday night comes around and all three of us are on this PowerPoint.
Oh yeah, that's the best. That's the best when it's the day of and you're like in the Google Doc and you can see everybody else is there.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, okay.
And then one of the people literally was not there. Like, everyone else finished their stuff, but one person, like, there was just this blank spot for him. Like, these blank slides for them to, like, put their stuff in. And we were like, uh-oh.
That's so cool.
And then wake up in the morning and look at it, and they had done it at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh.
I'm
Bro,
like,
bro.
I'm so sorry.
Bro, can I read you? Let me bring this up. Let me see if I can find it. It was a chat. Maybe I deleted it. It was a chat between me and another member of my group because for part of the project we needed to write an introduction and a method section, and so two of us took the method section and two of us took the introduction, and me
Okay.
and this other guy were paired on this method section. And so it was very simple stuff. Like, we had to write the procedure, basically like what a participant would do step by step. We had to write what materials we used, which was just a survey, stuff like that. It was very,
Okay.
very simple stuff. So I said, hey, could you write the procedure? Because I figured that would be the easiest part. I'll write about the participants because that's a little bit more complicated, and I'll write about like the materials. And he was like, sure. And then he was like, so what do I need to write? So I was like, just look at the assignment page, and it gives a good breakdown of what you need to put there. He's like, okay. So he looks, and he messages back after like 5 minutes, and he's like, so it says we need a step-by-step of what they're going to do. What would that look like exactly? And I'm like, well, just like literally like think about our project and write what a participant would do if they had to do the project. And he was like, yeah, for sure. But could you like list it out for me just so I make sure I don't mess it up? Woo! Because at this point, I gave up speaking to him. And guess what? I ended up writing that section
I bet you
because
knew
he
it.
never did.
I bet you
He
knew
just
this was
gave up.
coming.
It was so easy. It was so easy.
I love how he's like, yeah, I kind of get it, but could you just do my part of the assignment just so I make sure I don't mess it
Exactly.
up?
Like, he's legitimately just like, could you write it for me? Could you do it? And then I'll pretend I did it.
That's
No.
awesome. Okay, this is... Now that we've ranted about group projects, I'm gonna keep ranting just a little bit more before we actually dive into something useful
Please.
here.
Yeah.
I just feel like this happens every single time so we have a group project. And it's like, what is the point of making us do a group project when they know this is going to be the outcome every single time?
It always ends up on 1 to 2 people, and the other people just coast. That's it every time.
Because it's like, the whole thing's like, and it's supposed to build like teamwork and working in groups, yada yada. Like, yeah, that doesn't happen because 2 people never respond, and then we do their parts for them anyways.
It builds out hatred of groups. That's all it does.
It's incredible.
It's all it does.
I cannot remember the last time I had a group project that was just like, yeah, that was good. I did my part. Everyone did their part. It was great.
I remember if I look back on my time in college and I think about the group projects I did, every single one of them can be categorized as last minute panic and doing other people's work for them. Which, like,
Yep.
gosh
Yep.
dang, man, I do the last minute panic thing myself. Why are you adding another piece of this? Like,
Yeah, yeah. It's like, I'm already gonna procrastinate as well. But if we're all gonna procrastinate, at least do your part of the project.
right? Like, come on. The least you can do is just do something.
See, and that, like,
Anyways.
for me, it's like, I cannot imagine just not doing anything on the assignment and, like, the day before, right? Like, that would terrify me. Like, how can people do that and just, like,
Well, and
assume
not,
it's gonna get done?
it's not even like assuming it's gonna get done. It's like the level of just being inconsiderate to other people. Like, you don't care. That's what that says. You don't care that your entire group has to hold you up. And
Yeah.
I hate that, man. It pisses me off so bad. That's the only reason I like when I'm in a group project, I get stuff done early. That's the only time I ever get stuff done early. It's because I don't want to be inconsiderate to the group.
Group projects, dude. I feel yeah. It's man. Sean, you got me riled today. Like
I know, man.
Look what you've done.
Okay, well let's maybe pull it back. How much time do we have?
Oh, we got we got a little bit of time. We got like 10 minutes.
Okay, cool.
We're doing great.
So, I don't know if you had anything today. I sort of have something we could do since this is the finale, probably, right? This is the finale, right? Because next week is finals. We don't do this during finals.
This is it, man. This is it.
This is it.
This is
the finale.
the
Welcome
final.
to the finale. Welcome to the finale where we rant about group projects for 10 minutes.
Sean, the best part is, if you go back to every other semester of Spicy Nuggs, there was probably this conversation at the end of the semester every single time. Like, I guarantee there's something like this.
That's so pure. That's so true. Yeah, we really are just like in a loop, aren't we?
It's just that time of year, dude.
Merry Christmas. Hey man, all I'm saying is Santa Claus, he delivers those presents by himself. He doesn't get a group to help him out.
That's what I'm hearing. In fact, next group project, I'm going to send my professor a strongly worded email with Santa Claus as the reason we should be able to do this individually.
Yeah. Cite him APA.
I'll cite you as well. Don't even worry about it, baby.
Yeah, please. It just says Claus, S, and then it's like, delivering presents around the world is the name of the article, and then the journal is the North
Pole, yeah.
Express or something.
And then,
it'd be so dumb.
Do you know that Santa tracker they do every year where you can, like, watch where Santa is around the world?
Yeah.
Just put a link to that at the end.
That's so stupid.
You know, it's so dumb.
That's
The
so
professor would probably love it. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah. Man, these poor professors have to go through just freaking paper after paper of research articles that are so boring. And, like, that would be a little bit of something, right? That would give a little bit of hope in the world.
You're right. Well, Sean, you said you have to go talk about. I do have. Maybe we'll see. You can go first, though. Mine's not very long. It'll be great. Go for it.
Okay. Well, my only thought is, we've both been in college now for like 3 years, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Which means we should be coming up on the end. And in fact, I can pretty much see it. Like, my undergraduate degree is definitely coming to a close next year. The end of next year. And so I was reflecting. I think we kind of brushed up on this a couple episodes ago, where we talked about like potential regrets we may have from college. But I was just thinking, like, in a general sense, like, how do you feel about the college experience thus far? Since we're like in the second half of it, like, how do you feel about how everything's gone? How have you grown? Has it been good? Has it been bad? You know, stuff like that. Something to think about. I can go first if you'd like, but
yeah, go for it. I just need some time to think.
Okay. I was pondering it, and I I found a way to like categorize all my years in college. The first two being, well, first year and a half basically being the depression years, and then the second part of it basically being COVID, right?
Right.
Um, with Spicy Nugs sprinkled in throughout. And I really thought about it, and like I can say now in my classes that I am like definitely giving more effort than I was at the beginning of college, right? And like I'm not saying I'm like the best or the most motivated, but I do think I've actually grown in that regard, where I'm actually like really trying, and I'm kind of proud of that. Like I'm happy about that. I do think there could have been more growth.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, that's like something that came to mind for me. I don't know. Any thoughts from you?
Um, it's kind of funny. We went to this last episode as well. I feel like I'm just opposite right now, at least this semester. Because, like, I feel
Yeah.
like my very first few semesters, I was like, all right, like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. Like, I'm going to freaking nail these classes. And then this
True, you were
semester,
kicking it into gear, high gear.
this semester, I'm just like, man, as long as I just pass the class, man, I don't even care anymore. Like, just get it over with. It's actually, I feel like this is actually just like kind of the way like I kind of work in general. Is like I feel like when I start something, like I'm like super like invested. I'm like excited. I'm committed. I go through it, and like it starts off really strong, and then I get to like maybe that just over halfway mark or like the 3/4 mark. I'm like, it's really like you're so close, but like you still have quite a ways to go still, right? And like that just like is so brutal for me. I don't know what it is. Like that part of like any project or like just my college semester, like right now, it's just like I'm so close, but I have so far to go at the same time. It's like, man, I just want like I want it either like to be done with already, right?
Right.
But at the same time, like I really enjoy college. Like minus like the stressful finals and like the stupid assignments you have to do or like group projects that come up, right? Like just like actually going to class and like learning the new material, like that's something I really enjoy. I feel like I've actually gotten more of an appreciation as time went on through college. Like at first I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna learn this stuff so I can pass the assignments so I can get a good grade. And I feel like now I'm like, oh, this is like I'm actually like enjoying like learning about things I never thought I would. So that's kind of cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, and it makes me think. Let me ask you this, and I don't know if I have an answer for this yet. Maybe I do, but like, what is the number like one biggest thing you feel like you've learned in your college experience so far? Like, what is the most important skill, mindset, fact, whatever, like that you feel like you've gained in
Um,
your time in college?
I feel like there's two, maybe. First thing is just like doing, like, just consistently doing hard things, right? Like, just like
Yeah.
you have these, like, right now I have a paper every single week in one of my classes, and it sucks. But like
Yeah.
they're like 2 to 3 page papers, so it's nothing crazy. They're just like they're on different topics each time. But it's like before, like if I had to think about doing that, like I'm like I'm not doing that. There's no way. Like I can't. I will die
Right.
mentally. And that's like I just feel like maybe like my I don't know, like my patience or like my just with like having multiple giant things to do every other week. Like I feel like that's just like okay, yeah, it's just another week is gonna suck, but yeah, I got it. It's no big deal. And then maybe the other one, and I feel like every single class in the beginning of college kind of went through this. It was just like critical thinking. I feel like it was something like I already did to an extent, but I feel like just with like everything that comes up now, it's like if somebody says something I like don't agree with, like I never just go with my gut reaction, like fight him on it. I'm like, okay, like I realize I feel like I don't agree with this, but why don't I agree with this? And like I will literally like spend like 3 weeks like thinking about why. And then like, and so like, I feel like if somebody ever asked me something, or I was like, man, I don't know, I'll have to think about that. And I'm like super non-committal. It's like, it's genuinely because I don't know what I think yet, and I'm like, I don't want to just spout nonsense off and then like change my mind the next day. And then they're like, oh, well, Zach said this yesterday, and now we're just being wishy-washy or something, right? So like, I don't know. I feel like critical thinking is just like a. I feel like not enough people do it. As crazy as it sounds, like just like not like I feel like tons of people just like initial reaction, do they just go? I don't know. I feel like if everyone just slowed down a little bit and understood why they believe in the things they do, or like if they don't know something, just be honest and be like, yeah, I'm not sure, but I'd love to think about that. I don't know. I feel like it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, I freaking love that, and I think you're totally right. I think actually you saying like that you hear something and you don't necessarily have to like spout an opinion immediately, but you give it time. I think that skill. I think that's a skill, and I think it's very underdeveloped, especially in the age of the internet,
Hmm.
where like a reaction video is like very popular, and like people want to see like your first thoughts, and like you need to have an immediate opinion on a very nuanced and like complex topic. And if you're not on the right side, you're going to get like just destroyed, right?
Yeah.
So I don't I really like that. As far as what I learned, I think number one is just um, better like emotional management. I
Okay.
I feel like I've grown a lot as a person in that way. I mean that's partially through actually going to school because I'm in freaking psychology classes,
Right.
um, but also going through therapy, which was given to me through school. So like I really do like have UVU to thank for a couple of things, as much as I probably hate to say it. But that's probably number one. Um, it's just like learning how to better manage my emotions, looking for like problematic thinking patterns, being able to recognize that like it's okay to be low, and like being able to let go of that and just like have live in that moment and then move forward with life. Those are all things I think I've learned. And okay, so moving on from that, one final question, I think. Um,
Okay.
I'm coming up with these on the fly, by the way, so I don't know.
Hey,
Uh,
I'm down, man.
um, so you had a very specific goal coming back to college because your goal was to go to Japan and teach English, which is awesome, right?
Yep.
When I started college, the goal was just to like start college because I don't know, that's what I was supposed to do, and eventually I kind of found my way into psychology, right? Um, and since I'm coming to the end here, like I'm really pondering like the amount of effort that's gone into this, and like for the goal in the future, whatever that may be, right? Do you still feel like good about your goal? You don't have to answer this if you don't want, but like, do you still feel good about your goal? Like, do you feel stronger about it? Do you feel the same? Do you feel like this will be worth it in the end? Stuff like that. I don't know. Like,
So
thoughts on that?
awesome question because literally this keeps me up at night right now. um, no, like
Good
I,
to know I'm
s-
not alone.
I still have that goal to go to Japan and to teach, and like it's what I still want to do right now, which I think is kind of awesome just because like I feel like none of my goals ever last this long, so I'm like kind of excited about that. But at
Yeah.
the same time, now that like it's just getting so closer, and like you said, there's tons of work that's gone into where we've got to right now, right? Um, and part of me is terrified that when I get there, either I'm gonna realize it's not what I wanted, um, or that it's just like not gonna be everything I thought it would be. Um,
Mm.
and so I don't know. Part of me's like terrified that like when I finally get there, it's gonna be like, what was the last 4 years of my life really for?
Yeah.
But at the same
Yeah.
time, like I
No.
do understand that like I would still have my degree. I still went through college, and that's awesome. So like I don't know, but
Yeah, man. I've been pondering it a lot, especially since like I have to like think about grad school if I really want to do anything with my degree, right?
Mm.
Um, and so I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm like, okay, so like the thought process has been to become either a therapist or a psych like a clinical psychologist or something like that, right?
Okay.
Um, that's been the thought process. I've kind of like I've mentioned it briefly, but I try to keep it to myself because I almost don't want it to be like the main goal in mind because like if I fail, I don't want people to think I actually failed. But so I've thought a lot about it, and most of the time, what comes to mind for me is like, can I even do that?
Mm.
um, because I look at the guys that I work with right now, in the house, and I think to myself like, dang, they are quite reliant on their therapists and like all the people who work with them, and like, can I be like that engaged with people? It seems like so much more effort. Um, and so I step back and I think, and sometimes it like really freaks me out, and I start like spiraling down, and I'm like, I can't do this. Like, there's no way in the world. Like, I cannot continue this. But like, I I guess what pulls me out of that most of the time is the thought that's why I'm in college
Mm.
is
Yeah.
to learn how to do that, you know? And like, it's not like I have to be like golden at it immediately. In fact, I shouldn't be because that would be ridiculous.
Right.
So I I don't know. That's been like a lot of my thought processes as of late. I guess I just needed to get them out there.
I relate on so many
But
levels. I think one of the quote like a quote I just really like is like, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And ultimately, I do
mhm.
feel like a lot of things just does come down to that. Because like, if you think you can do something and you're really committed, like, you'll find a way. I feel like I really think that's true with a lot of things. But
That's
look
nice,
at us,
man.
Sean.
Cool.
Look at us. Oh my
Well,
goodness.
there's a nice reflection of our college experience thus far. Um, we're probably out of time, but
And buy our
tell me where we're at.
merch. Oh, we're so out of time. We're way over.
Oh, and make sure to slip on down to that Slippy Slappy description and check out the Slippy Slappy merch store.
We want the YouTube money.
That's why we do this, baby.
Get me out. Get me out. I'll do it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm still Zach.
I'm still Sean.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Speaking. Everybody loves to speaking. Everybody loves to speak.
I don't know anymore.
I trusted you. How can I trust you if you don't even know?
I, I don't know. Dude, let me just tell you right now. I'm just sitting here watching my phone ring. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Well, I mean, apparently I just got a text from the U.S. government, so,
Oh, did you get that too?
Apparently, yeah. Oh, did you just get it? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I got a text this morning. It was like, hey, stimulus checks are ready. And then there was a link to a website that was called like granitevolcanic.com.
See, mine says they can help me pay off my mortgage that I don't have.
Yeah.
And the website is Observer Success. So
My
that's
favorite,
lovely.
my favorite one of those was it a call? I think it was a spam call, actually.
No
My
way.
favorite one I my favorite one I ever got was they said they said we've seen illegal activity on your social security number, and if you don't call us right now, it will be revoked. And I was like, is that how social security numbers work now these days?
That is awesome. It blows my mind, just like how much scammers are out there.
I know, it's wild. It's actually wild. I got a second call immediately after the first.
Wow. They're
From the same
committed
number.
to getting to you, Sean.
It makes me wonder if it's actually someone I should answer, but I don't
It's
know.
like the bank or something. They're like, man, this guy won't pick up.
Like, you owe us thousands of dollars. I'm like, if it's important, it will come in an email.
See, dude, I'm like, it'll come in the mail, it'll come in email, or they'll leave a message if they really want to get to me.
Right? Exactly.
They'll find a way.
Anyways, I believe I need to say